Hi, we're Laura and Dan. We bought an old barn and with no experience of building and farming, we began creating our dream off-grid homestead. We're usually fixing something or making lots of mistakes. Follow us on our journey. Over the past few years, especially during the winter months, keeping water off the land has been a huge problem. We've dug many gullies, water runoffs and channels, laid a lot of stone, and even made an off-grid style track. However, our track still needs to be improved. There's old culverts which have collapsed in, blocked waterways, and one stretch of track is severely waterlogged, which is a huge priority for us to fix. We started off by trying to find the end of the collapsed culvert.
That pipe comes from there to there.
What I would do is just, instead of just sticking on the surface, maybe get in here and start scraping it down.
Yeah, you need to then try to take too much up. I think it's either going to come out here, because see that there? There's a bit of granite there, so it's either going to come there or here. I'm hoping that's intact and it's only just here that's fell in.
Yeah.
But if not, that's quite a big job to take all this up. We'll have to do it though.
Yeah. So how would we even fix this bit? Would we have to just dig from the surface, or would you like start from the surface?
I think they see this bit of granite here, it's slip.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a problem.
I feel like that needs to be turned like that.
Back on the side, yeah. I do.
So there's a bit of granite there, but it looks like it's just a flat bit of stone. We can't see any space underneath it or anything. So I don't know if that's and it's breaking apart.
I'm not sure if it's at you.
Yeah, because the waterway starts there and it's on a diagonal. So we're just trying to find the exit point that's blocked it as well. Okay, so we couldn't find the end of the collapsed culvert, so we need to figure out where to get some new concrete piping and make a plan to dig it up. As the sun came out, we moved on to taking the back off the truck so we could get the truck back to work. I think it's tight, isn't it?
It says here.
Oh.
Heavy this one up.
How do we lift it off again?
Very heavy. We just slide it back a little. Your hand on that. Edge it slowly. But watch, because if it comes off that back, it's going to drop and do the same. Right, can you grab it in the centre now or not? And then come and lift it. So just try lift it up and see what it feels like in your hand. So well, what we'll do is we'll just don't move it forward, just lift it up and we'll see how heavy it feels. I can't remember what the weight is new. I know it was heavy.
I know I lifted it last time and put it on.
I know we did, but I just want to make sure that it's sort of feel what it feels like before we actually go for it and lift it. So just hold it up, lift it. That's alright now. You got that there? You got it?
I think so.
So now put the truck bed there, and nice in storage, ready for the next time we need to use it.
Yeah, very heavy.
And there would just Laura hurt her hand as well, didn't you, lifting it off?
Yeah, it slipped off, and you don't appreciate how heavy something is. My hand just got caught underneath it. So, I know for next time anyway.
So what we're going to do now is we're just going to get the truck back into working form. Get the stones in, start working on the track.
Yeah, we've got little bits of granite dotted about in different places, so we're going to go collect that.
So Laura's just currently backing the truck over now. As she said before, we've got loads of little bits of stones all dotted around the land. So Laura's going to bring the truck over to here so we can try and get as close as we can so we can fill it up. But as you can see here, we've got some bits of stones here, there's some bits of granite mixed around here, and all around the land we've got little bits all around.
Nearby.
Yeah, there will be. picked up the second lot now. We've got quite a few. What we're going to do is we're going to take the truck down, further down, and get the other lot further down. Laura's taking the truck off now. She's letting me walk down. She must think I need the exercise. She hasn't waited for us, so I'm going to have to walk down and follow her. So I'm not sure if you remember, but last time when quite a while ago, I think it was last year in the winter, I think. The truck was making a real kind of like there was a mouse stuck inside of the vehicle, and we looked for ages, we checked for ages, didn't we? We like pulled everything apart, and it's kind of like about now 6 months later we've started to realise that it's actually there's just a mechanism inside that makes a noise, doesn't it?
It makes like a scratching noise.
Yeah.
But it's done it everywhere, so unless the mouse has just come with us back to the UK and lived inside and got out and got food and gone back in, I think it's just a mechanism inside.
Yeah, it is. It's just kind of so inside of this glove compartment, there's like a little mechanism that just keeps moving all the time, and it's just there regardless. So
this has obviously been used for something.
yeah, it has got like a hole in it, hasn't it?
Quite amazing that, really, how they've done that. How would you even cut a hole in a stone like that?
Not too sure. Not sure how they would have done it like 200 years ago.
How would you even do it now?
It's just like you could just use a diamond cutter now.
And a stone?
I mean, it's definitely not. It's not like Egyptian precision, is it?
No.
It's more like Portuguese 200 years ago using horse and cart.
Still pretty cool though.
It is.
This one's got one as well. Got a bit of a wasp
that one
nest
has
in
as
it.
well. See that one there?
Yeah, wow.
Maybe they've all been like linked to each other all the way through.
And where did we find these?
Maybe it's an ancient mystery.
Yeah, I don't even know where did we find these on the land?
I can't remember now. So basically what I've been doing is I've been collecting all the stones here, along here as you can see. And we've just been sorting them out, and obviously now we're going to use them all, most of them all for the track on my.
Yeah. I mean, granite's probably preferred over schist, but we've mostly got schist, so...
Just use what you've got.
Just use. We have got little bits of granite as well, but...
We're just going to bang it all in on my.
Yeah. Make do with what we've got.
Definitely. You see it's all along here. And we're just going to completely fill the truck. As you see, we've got all this already so far on the truck. We've got all of this, quite a lot. And we've got another pile that we need to go to and get as well. I'm not sure if we're going to get it all in, but we're just going to keep working through it all and just see how much we can get on the truck. So we think we've got a plan, don't we?
Yeah, it's
gonna
crazy
be
how much this has dropped.
It is. It's going to be a lot better. Like I say, we've come at the time now where we've got a chance to actually sort it out.
So basically, this part of the track is at a low point, and the water just washes down the bank and just floods here, and it just becomes like a swamp. This land next to it is already like a swamp because it's a really low point. But because we've kept driving and driving on this land now is just getting more and more swampy when the rain comes. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a membrane down, put some stones down, and then gravel on the top, and we're going to create like a sleeping policeman about maybe a little bit just further up than this, just to stop the water from smashing down and making this super boggy. So the water will be filtered off into this land here. That's already a bog, pretty much.
We've also got a huge membrane as well to put down on the track. Got our first lot of stones. We need to get more, but it's going to be a start anyway. So as you can see, we've now laid it all out. We're just kind of getting it flat and straight. Laura's starting to work her way through cutting it. Took it all the way up to here for now. As you can see, we've created one big gigantic wet water slide, haven't we, Laura?
Yeah, just need some water and we can just run across it and slide.
Slide down. The idea that we're trying is we're putting what they call a sleeping policeman.
Yeah, ideally we wanted to have another row of the concrete pillars going here and then build it up like a bigger mound, but we're thinking since we've only got one, I think one mound will just be enough to divert the water that way once it's raised up.
It's just, like I said, it's obviously just, I think the real thing that's going to do the job on this track is obviously we'll create a little bit of elevation. I'm still going to put some gullies through here as well to get the rainwater off, but I think the sheer amount of volume of stones that's going to come in here and raise this up higher so the water can just run off is going to do the job. But we're going to try it anyway. We're going to get some big stones, wedge these in place and start building this track up slowly and see where we get to.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. A lot of more stones, mixture between schist and granite. We're just starting to really build the road up now. Fingers crossed it's going to work, we'll see.
Yeah, we seem to have about 50-50 mix between schist and granite. The granite's obviously better, but as long as we have enough granite, we should be okay, because I know the schist will break down. But yeah, good progress. Getting attacked by a bram.
So we've decided to take a little break from the job now, to have some breakfast.
Yeah.
Well overdue.
We still need to get some more of the granite stones, the big stones, to level the track out a bit more, but I think considering we looked at it and thought, oh no, we're not going to have enough.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be a much bigger job than
we thought we're not going to have enough stones around, we're going to need to buy some bigger stones from somewhere. Considering we thought that would have done quite well.
Yeah, I mean there still might not be enough, but I think we're going to just kind of get as much as we can and then just go for that armour.
Yeah.
And also as well, the farmer just brought us across a huge punnet of persimmons.
I did ask him how to say it in Portuguese and he did tell us, but I've forgotten instantly.
Yeah.
So I'll have to Google that.
He brought us some over the other day, and me and Laura took a bite out of them, and they were like dead chalky. And me and Laura were like, what the hell, like this made our mouth so dry.
Yeah.
So I think the first time around he gave us like a batch that wasn't ripe, and then now this batch is a lot better. But there's still a few that you bite in and it's very chalky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of them are starting to rot, so you would have thought they would have been at least ripe enough to eat, but then you still taste it chalky.
Yeah, so it's nice to have a break. We've got some homemade bread, some potatoes, fried potatoes that we had off last night, some olives, and we've got a nice salad to start the day.
Yeah. Muito bom.
So me and Laura were looking around and we were trying to find out where there was granite, and we completely forgot, didn't we, all about this massive area.
Yeah.
So in the past, this is probably obviously must have been some type of old barn or something, structure for some old building.
Because there's a big piece of granite that we normally use as a burn pile, but over there's some huge bits of granite that must have been a structure, don't know how long ago in the past. But so obviously maybe there might have been a barn here in the past, but here is just a massive amount of small granite stones that we need.
So what we're doing is we're using the enchilada.
Enchaida?
And we're just raking the top layer and we're just getting loads of pieces of granite, and this is just going to really help to fill in all the road. There's so much of it here, we just need to dig it up. We're just going to get as much as we can basically on that.
Yeah, it's getting quite hot, and black's probably not the right choice, but all my work clothes seem to be black, so...
But we're just slowly working our way through it.
Yeah.
It's like we're panning for gold.
Yeah.
We're using the bucket method now.
Yeah, well, there's a lot.
Careful what you say when you use that word.
There's a lot of smaller bits of granite that I'm just kind of picking up with my hands. I don't know where our shovels have gone. They're probably knocking about somewhere, but I'm just using my hands. But it's all going to go in the truck and it's all going to be helpful. Then once we've got all we can from the land, we're going to go into the city and get some gravel to put on top of that.
I mean, this whole patch is just like all of this. Comes so in handy for the future.
Yeah, it's our own little quarry, a mini quarry.
So we've just been in the city to pick up another lot of stones, and we've only just found ourselves one of these in the bin, mate. How good!
They're quite expensive, aren't they, normally?
They're quite expensive. It just needs a good wash. It's absolutely fine. I've untangled it. It's just everyone, all the Portuguese swear by these on the doors out here to keep the flies at bay. So give it a good wash, and then also as well, this is the best. Me and Laura have been having arguments about this, but I've told Laura that this is going on the fireplace. Look at this, what I found in the bin.
Why would you need a random football team picture?
It's not any random football team, Laura. This is the Portuguese football team. This is the Portuguese football team from about 30 years ago. All the amazing best stars. Got some good players on there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
That's
amazing.
going on the fireplace. Even Figo's on there. Look at that, Figo.
World Cup '94, it says.
I was going to say, look at that. Look at that tash. Look at the tashes. That's how you know it's retro. Look at that, man. Perfect. World Cup '94. That's a masterpiece. That's definitely going on the fireplace.
It's not.
Shall I put it? I'll have to put it in the man cave.
Yeah, you can put it there.
So we're just getting the last few bits of stone out now. I think we've done a cracking job on this. It's I see we've got more stones to go, but it's getting there. So we're just getting these last few little bits of stones out now, and I think we're going to call it a night. But get these last few out, and then we'll show you how it's looking.
So as you can see, we've filled in a lot of the road now. That is 2 loads from the truck that's done all this. I think we just need one more and that'll give a good enough coverage over the track. Obviously it's not perfect, but the rains are going to be coming soon, and if we literally can't get in and out of the land, that's a big problemo. So this is our impromptu road.
It's looking good.
See?
I think it's got, like I see Laura says, we've got one more lot of stones to go on, and then we'll just kind of see how it fares when the really wet rain comes. But as you can see, this is our gully that we've made over here. So at the minute it's kind of raised a little bit, and it's just kind of enough just to, if the water does come, it's going to channel it off. We need to put some more stones on, obviously. What I'm thinking about doing in the future as well is I've got a makeshift like gully here for the water to run off, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to try and find in the city some type of like half pipe, like a concrete half pipe, put that in so that when the water does run down this bank, which it does, it'll just run off in here, and then it'll stop any water coming in here, and then that'll do for now. But it's looking good. So another job that I need to be doing is to fix these sides on top of the roof. I did it last time. I used like a grab adhesive, but for some reason it didn't work. I was recommended to use that and it just didn't hold. So now I've been recommended something else, which is a pop rivet gun, which works a lot better. Now, as you can see, you just pop them on here like this, but they're such a nightmare to get on. They're very fiddly. You've got to really push them on to get them on. As you can see, I've already put one on here. I've also put one on here, and the next one to put on is along here. But these things are so fiddly to put on. They take a bit of time to kind of like maneuver them around and get them in the right position before you can fix them in. And then sometimes you get them in the right position and they still pop off. So it's a bit of fiddly work, but it's essential to get the roof done, because if you don't have the ends done, the moisture starts getting in to the insulation and starts rotting it. So I think it's really important to get this done before the winter does really start to set in. I've now finished all the sides there. As you can see, all these sides are now also done as well. And I'm not going to lie, that job took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. I had a list today of jobs I was wanting to do, and sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. I was thinking, oh, it's going to be a 5-10 minute job just fixing the ends in. Nah, never. The tool that I was using wasn't working correctly. It took us a while to get used to it. Some of them wouldn't crimp down properly, so I had to sort that problem out. And then there was a few more areas that needed fixed down than I thought. But that's what happens out here sometimes. You know what I mean? You go to do a job, and it turns into a 5-minute job, turns into a full day job nearly. And also as well, we picked up 2 solar panels, which is going to be a massive boost. And me and Laura drove into the city, and we seen them in the shop, and they were so cheap, which is really good. They were actually only, I think, worked out about £80-90 each, which I think is a really good price for each solar panel. And that's going to be so. I mean, me and Laura's not going to need any more than that. Oh, really?
Who knows? We might want a huge setup in the future.
Yeah. Or might want
to set up a DJ
jacuzzi.
set and a jacuzzi. And who knows?
But no, I think it's big enough for us for now. And they're all working, but we haven't fully connected them in yet, because basically what I'm going to do is there's going to be a diesel heater going behind the back of here. So first of all, I need to figure out, one of the next jobs is to figure out how I can get that into the wall. So I'm going to be taking a diesel heater pipe into the barn to heat the barn. So before that, these can be fixed on the outside of here, because we were thinking about putting them on the roof, but for now we're not completely settled on the solar setup that we're going to have. So we're just going to place them in this area here towards this wall, and we've tested them, we know they work, so we're just going to do that, and then we'll see where we're at once I've fixed the diesel here in terms of fixing them. Something me and Laura's also done is we've also added this around the outdoor kitchen. We're going to utilise some more of the coir that we got from the bell tent. We're going to put it all the way around. We're going to try and get it further around here as well, but it's looking really good. And Laura's also done a first batch of olives, haven't you?
I didn't realise how long it actually takes to put them through this on the top of the bottle to splice them. It took around 2 hours to do 1 bottle. But I'm going to do a few more bottles, I think. I want to make the most of the eaten olives.
Many more to come.
But yeah, I didn't brine them properly last year. I didn't splice them, and there was air at the top of the container that I put them in, so a lot of them ended up just quite wrinkly. So this time, I've got all the gear. So yeah. Fingers crossed in 6 months, I have some nice eaten olives.
Olive oil and eaten olives as well.
Yay! So we're going to go to the Lagar soon and do our olive oil.
Taking a little break from the jobs, and I'm going to go over to the farmer's land and get some persimmons from his tree, because he told us, he said, now I can start to understand a little bit more. He says, please take them, because they're going to go rotten anyway if I don't go and get some. So I'm going to go and get 2 persimmons for me and Laura. We're taking a little break from jobs. I'm trying to do that more and more, especially for me, because I think for me on my own journey, I think I need to soften a bit more and take more time to have introspection and reflect on things that are coming up, because I think there's a culture, especially where I'm from in the northeast of England, there's a culture that you just harden up and you just get on with jobs. You just suck it up. And I feel like allowing emotional stuff to come up is very important. And that is progress too as well. It's not digression, feeling your emotions. So it's sometimes good just to sit, feel things and see what's coming up and take time. But as you can see, these are the farmer's persimmons on his trees. Some of them are not ripe. Big persimmons trees, this one. He's also got this one here as well. It's not ripe, it's not ripe. So I've picked 2 persimmons for me and Laura. Hopefully they're alright. Still learning when's the right time to pick them because sometimes they're a little bit chalky. But nice little snack and break. So I think this week has been a very productive week, hasn't it? We've got a lot done.
Yeah, I almost think that we've been more productive now that we've been taking a step back and relaxing a bit more, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
It's almost like because we're taking breaks, we're not getting exhausted as quick, and then we're having more energy when we come to jobs. And yeah, it's been really.
And also planning them out more efficiently, I think, as well. Because we're taking our time, we're getting to like look back at a job and go like, this might be wrong, and we can change this here.
Yeah, and if we're in the middle of a job, we're not just like, right, we have to finish this now. We're just going, right, okay, we need a break, and we're taking time out and going to do that. So that's definitely helping with the whole process.
Definitely.
And helping us see as well things that could be changed and could be improved.
Definitely. The track as well, we're really chuffed with the track. Like we say, we're going to probably keep adding to the track, but currently right now it's a workable track, so it's really good. So when the water does start to come back into the land, it's going to be manageable, and it's going to be okay to be able to drive across and get supplies in and get in and out of the land. But we will continue to keep improving it, just like you do with everything.
Yeah.
The culverts obviously still need doing, they need digging out. We're making a plan on that to work kind of, because as you've seen, we dug them out a little bit and we couldn't find the end of where the water was coming out. So I think we're going to, just been discussing it 2 seconds ago, that I think we're going to try and, I know a guy who's got a digger, so I think he might be able to help us. And we'll dig that out, won't we?
Yeah, I think having more manpower here to lift the granite stones as well is going to be really helpful, because some of them are huge and so heavy that me and Dan just by ourselves aren't going to be able to lift them. So the more help we can get in, the better, really, for a job like that.
Definitely, because the culverts do need doing for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we say, it's been a good week, and it's nice to be able as well. We've got our, I don't know if you can see, we've got our lights on behind us as well now, which is good. Just little touches like that to kind of make it a bit better on night time.
Yeah.
Just kind of put them up around the top and got them running. It's just nice to have a little bit. It feels like, because we've got more lights in place now and got more like kind of electricity going, it just feels like a bit more of a homely setup now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Instead of just being a field with
Yeah.
in darkness.
Yeah. It's only going to get more homely the more we add to it. I think this time it is starting to feel more like a home, with the things that we've added rather than just a campsite. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just seeing how things progress as we add a little bit more. And when I get my fridge, maybe we can have like nice drinks out here. Could make mocktails maybe, which will be nice. So yeah. And once we get the oven and that working over there and the cooker, toast and have food, it's going to be so good.
Yeah, it is. So I think we're going to leave this week's video here, and hope you're having a good night. And we always appreciate the support, and we appreciate the following along of our journey and what's going on. So hope you're having a nice day or evening, whatever you're up to, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye. Ciao.